Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 14 in the NFL, and we are talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Joe Duffy takes a big selection of games that I ask him to cover every week, and I feel a little bit bad about that because all the other handicappers have their best bets each week, or bets they at least think are good bets. In our videos, Joe Duffy takes whatever I ask him to take. Could be anything, could be a coin flip, whatever. Joe Duffy, thanks for being back with us.
Well, thank you, Peter.
All right, so Giants-Tennessee is the first game we're going to cover this week. And before we get to it, tell everyone about OffshoreInsiders.com and emphasize the difference between what you do with us and what you do at your website where it's all your best plays.
Yeah, no, as far as what you said, look, I'm very good at this, so I'm lucky. I haven't had to work a civilian job since paying my way through college. This is what I do. This is my full-time income, betting plays, and as a professional handicapper, that's why I'll take any game you want. Last 2 weeks, we're back on track. The NFL specialist back to the 27 years of winning in all sports, by the way, lately at OffshoreInsiders.com.
All right, sounds great, Joe. Well, Tennessee right now is pick 'em or +1 market wide. Total's 45.5 or 46. And, you know, the Titans got pounded at Houston, right? And they're not looking too good in general, looking kind of a mess on offense and defense. They're now 2-8-1 against the spread over the last 11 games. The Giants, though, they lost at the Jags, but, you know, there were some unlucky, there were some turnovers and some defensive scores that contributed to that result. The question is just, you know, do they have the resilience to bounce back and get a win on the road against any NFL team? The Titans couldn't really put any pressure on Fitzpatrick last week, and if they can't do that against Manning, probably he should have an okay day, right? So it's, two terrible teams here. Which way do you go? I don't know I'm not exactly sure. What do you like here, Joe?
Yeah, no, we actually do have two of our better totals angles, one for each team that both point towards the under here. And basically when it says that when one team has been a predominantly over team, which has been the case of the Giants this year, we have a specific angle that is going under at a 13.03 and 11.32 rate. And then another one where a team gives up a ton of points defensively, Tennessee, that it's going under at a 6.92 and 5.58 rate. But one of the big differences here where the Titans, we think their defensive statistics are a little bit deceptive. They rank 30th in defense when you rank it by points per game allowed, but they're right literally smack in the middle. They're 15th in yards per play, and the difference is that Tennessee's offense has been putting them in some pretty bad positions. But what this does tell me is when we look at the points per game statistics and kind of measure them against the other metrics, we find out which offenses and defenses have upsides or downsides. And this tells us that Tennessee's offense is actually better than the pure points per game statistics would say. They're also going to be without Justin Hunter, most likely in receiving, and he's very solid. He has almost 500 yards receiving. So I do think that this total is artificially a little bit too high because when you scratch the surface and look at the defensive statistics, the defenses, they're not very good, but they're certainly not as awful as the statistics would indicate. And it's not like either one of these teams have a spectacular offense either. So I like the game under.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, the Titans have gone over in 3 straight games. Total is, middle of the road at 46 you could have. And I'm just a little bit worried because, if you don't get pressure on Manning, he can do damage, at times. And, I mean, look what Fitzpatrick did last week. He's certainly not a world beater. You're not worried that we might see a repeat performance from the opposing quarterback in this one against Tennessee?
Yeah, no, there was no question where Fitzpatrick had a career game. But as I said, at the end of the day, the Titans still have pretty good yards against statistics when it comes to yards per rush and yards per pass. And also, I do think that if anything, I'd probably lean a little bit towards the Giants on the side here because, and as I said, in my many sources I subscribe to, a lot of places where the experts study the game films, and what they say is that the Giants have really struggled against the read option this year on defense. And Tennessee with Menberger, they don't use the read option. So Tennessee's not going to be able to exploit the Giants' weakness. And as I said, yeah, that was hard to explain how a mediocre quarterback had such a career game, which he did. But I think that's a little bit of an aberration because, as we said, Tennessee's the key numbers aren't quite as bad as the points per game against numbers indicate.
All right, sounds good. And maybe Tennessee will step it up and play above their level, their expected level on defense just for this one game after getting embarrassed like that. 46 right now is a widely available total. Joe Duffy liking the under in Giants, Tennessee. Nice analysis, Joe. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Peter.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.